Ugh. Oh, these are going to have to go in the wash when I get on. Oh well.
When I started running a little bit more than the local park runs, I invested some more money and bought a better pair of trainers. I bought some Adidas Adizero SL2s after some really good reviews online, and they were great. But after running a few longer runs and getting to know myself and my running style a bit more, I decided that I wanted something a little bit firmer, a little bit different to what they offered. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, a lot. I even watched one video of a guy making a video aimed at beginners where he was recommending a £200 pair of trainers that he would only use on a treadmill because he didn't trust the grip outside. I don't have that kind of money to spend, and you know, what kind of recommendation is that anyway? Anyway, after much deliberation, I settled on these, the Puma Velocity Nitro 3 in this rather groovy purple colour. Now, I'm no reviewer and I'm not an experienced runner. I've run more than 5k in precisely 3 pairs of trainers. But here's Puma's sciencey sales pitch bit. They say, sleek styling, outstanding comfort, and a slightly higher stack make it the ideal do-it-all trainer. From short distances to long runs, this neutral shoe offers a smooth ride and optimal cushioning for all runners. Their bold claims. They have a nitrofoam, nitrogen injected foam to provide superior responsiveness and cushioning in a lightweight package. They are light. In my UK 8.5, they weigh 271 grams. They have a stack height of 36mm and 26mm, which gives a drop of 10mm. See, I'm getting used to the lingo. I still have no idea what impact that actually has, but it sounds like pertinent information. What I was most interested in was the Puma grip. The lanes where I run can be a bit sketchy at the best of times, with dirt and other debris washes into the road. And there's been a lot of that recently because the weather's been so bad. All of the reviewers mention how good the Puma grip is. So that made my mind up. It was going to be these over the £200 pair of treadmill trainers. Now, full disclosure, I bought these with my own money. I have about 30 followers, mate. No one is sending me anything. I got these a couple of weeks ago. And my first run in them was a solid 10k on my lunch break. I tied the laces properly myself because I'm 47, and the shoes stayed in place on my feet. Okay, no problem at all. No slipping, didn't feel anything bad. It was they fit really snug, really nicely. I could certainly feel more of the road than I did with the SL2s, but they were comfortable, and the response from them made me want to keep running. They felt faster, even though I don't think I actually was. So I resolved to run a bit further in them to see if there was a more noticeable difference the further that I went.
It's a beautiful day out in the lanes. This is my second run wearing the Puma Velocity Nitro 3s. I did a 10k run in them last week, which was very comfortable, but I decided to come out this morning and give them a bit of a better go. Was interested, heard a lot about the Puma grip on the bottom, and with the heavy frost overnight and the sun then melting that frost, there's some different conditions around, so I'll be interested to see how they fare. but been pretty comfortable so far. Through my runner's rabbit hole on YouTube, I found out about a thing called a runner's loop, so I'm trying that. Certainly has tightened my shoes. I might have tightened the left one a little bit too much. At the moment, they feel really stable. So yeah, good to go, let's go. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Look at this horse coming up the road. Beautiful. Morning. Right, sun and shadows, look at that. Yeah, there we go. I put a variable ND filter on the camera today. Try and get the light a bit better in the sunlight because I knew it was really bright outside. Probably thinking I should have worn sunglasses. It's that bright. But luckily at the moment I'm running away from it. I think I'll probably get in about 15, 16 kilometres this morning, which is good for me, really good for me. I'll be knackered for the rest of the day. But all I've got to do is stand at Zach's football match and then try and take apart my smart trainer later to fix it. So, yep, a good run. Try and get me in the sunshine so you can see me. There you go, bosh. This is difficult, but nice sunshine. Makes such a change to have the sun on your back for once. It's been really horrible recently. You can see here where the sun hasn't got through yet. Still really frosty. And I've got to say, the grip on these shoes is holding up really, really well. I haven't felt any kind of slipping. My heel strike, foot strike has been pretty nice, pretty stable. So I'm pleased with that. Still getting used to wearing this microphone to realise that I don't have to shout. It's actually very good at picking it up. People are walking. We'll run past these people. Morning. Some more horses coming. Look at these beauties. Oh, look at this. Go past slowly. Slow down. Morning. Beautiful morning for it. Thank you. Oh, that's a bit wet, isn't it? Morning. Oh, these are going to have to go in the wash when I get on. Oh, well. Right, run home with wet feet. See, I told you we'd had a lot of bad weather recently. There's still flooding and puddles everywhere, and now my feet are soaking and cold. But it's another great test for the new Pumas. What a morning. What a morning. Look at that. Beautiful. Quick sit rep. We are 8.5 kilometres in. That's pretty good going. Pretty good going. But now my feet are wet. One of the things I did buy off the usual Chinese dodgy websites. Here's some shoe washing things where you put your shoes in these, I call them car cleaning mitts. They've got those little bobbles on the outside, but they're on the inside. Put them in these things, zip them up so they don't bump around your washing machine, and so the washing machine doesn't smash any of the rubber or leather on the outside of your shoe. And I found they work quite well. I bought them initially for my son's football boots, but they work equally well on running trainers. So after that dip in the puddle, I think these are going to have to go in there later on. But I'll have Zach's football kit to do, so we'll whack it in with that, see how they go. That's 9k. Good going, feel okay. There's a big dip coming up. So really impressed with these trainers so far. Grip's been great. Beautiful morning. It's not really sure whether it's cold or hot, but it's nice to have the sun out for once. But let's go and get some a little running shot, see if it tracks me. Nice and steady. There we go, there's a car coming up the other side, so I'm going to hang fire over this side a little bit, because it might fly around the corner. Very hard driving into the winter sun, you can see it behind me now. So always, when you're on the lanes, run towards the direction that the traffic's coming, just to give those people coming around corners a bit of a sight of you. Always slippy around here. The grip slipping a little bit on an uphill, to go really slow. Oh, yeah. Very icy. Oh, that bit was slippy, and a lot of cars coming the other way. So, you know, better to be safe. Right, I'm going to complete this run, and I'll see you all back at the office.
I have to say that the Puma grip coped admirably. There was frost, icy patches, debris, water, all sorts, yet my feet felt secure in all but the iciest of icy bits. So that was a big tick. I didn't really have to slow down on corners. It was after this point, while fannying about trying to put my camera away, that I took a tumble on a patch of ice.
Quick sit rep. I've fallen over. It turns out that the Puma grip on the bottom of the Puma Velocity Nitro 3 does not work on sheet ice. Stupidly, while putting this camera away in my running band, I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, and I went arse over elbow and landed firmly on my side and my knee. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to be too bad, but I feel a bit of a tit. So there's a little addendum to the Puma grip. Brilliant in most conditions, but not if you're on an ice rink. That is all for me now. I've got to get home in one piece.
Luckily, nobody saw that, I hope. I was still 4 to 5 kilometres from home. My feet were wetter than an otter's pocket, and I had bruising to my left thigh and my pride. But I made it home, and then I did about 16.5 kilometres in total. I'll put the Strava deets up here somewhere. Now, I'm not experienced enough to know what kind of placebo effect new trainers have on runners. I'd imagine that there is some, but what I can tell you is that the further I got into the run and the more tired I got, the more these seemed to just tap out a rhythm that I could keep up with. I know that sounds daft, but you don't sink into them. There's enough pushing you on for another step. So they felt really good. They felt comfortable, secure, and stable with good grip. but they're not for ice skating. They seem remarkably cheap for the performance that you get out of them, especially as many places seem to have these below retail. So I am extremely glad I bought them, and I'm really happy with the price I paid, which was about just under £100. I bought my usual size, a UK 8.5, and they fit me perfectly, and I was delighted about that because a few people had mentioned that these run quite narrow. All in all, they seem to be a really good shoe for an actual beginner, someone who doesn't want to spend £180 to £200 until they're sure they're going to stick with running and actually enjoy it. So I can see me getting a lot of mileage out of these. A really good shoe, really nice to run in. So a big recommendation for me for the Puma Velocity Nitro 3. I hope you enjoyed this unpolished review of sorts. If you did, please do hit the like button and consider subscribing for more of the same. Also, let me know in the comments what your go-to daily shoe is. Enjoy your runs. Till next time. See ya.
Right, so if I just go up here, I won't come too far. We're running down the hill because I'll have to run up the hill again to get it back. Here we go. No, it lost me. It lost me.